There's no one here. Okay, so now we gotta set up your chat.
Thank you.
Ba, 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 ba. And I could say
Good evening.
so far no one.
Uh,
Oh, I hear stuff going off over there. That
Yep.
must be us. And will that hyperlink work?
I don't know. Let's see. Hi, Tammy. Let's see if I'm right.
How do
Oh,
we?
yeah. All right. There we go.
Oh,
Hi,
we
Kim
do.
and Marlene. Claudia. Good evening.
Good evening. So we are here, and it looks like people are here too.
They are.
Yes.
Yes.
So tell us where you're from. I already know something we forgot. But that's okay.
I don't like when it does that because now I don't know who that is to
Well,
say hello to.
because if people are in our private group,
Gotcha.
it doesn't give the names. So
Hi, Lauren
yeah.
and Anita. Oh, that's perfect, Anita. How you put you put your name
Yeah.
Sacramento here. Perfect. Now I can see you. I don't know who hey there is, but hello.
So if you're joining us from our public pages, your name. Oh, actually, do you want to know something? We can actually do this so people can see what we see. I think.
No, I don't like that.
Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah.
Hi, Lynn.
No, it's cool just for a minute.
Oh, I see now. Okay.
Because then people can realize, like, if you're on our public page,
now I can see you guys. All
we get to
right.
see your name. If you're on our
Hi, Kathy, Ann, and Patty.
And if you're in our private group, we just see Facebook user. That's why I was trying to show that.
All right. Well, now you can leave that there because now I was able to say hello.
Well, we
to
don't
them.
have to leave it there, but East Texas.
All right.
There we go. Now
Liz,
they're flying
hello.
in. You look like you're falling out of the screen. I know we're a little discombobulated today. Who we kidding?
Right.
We're discombobulated every day.
Better?
So I'm going to turn the chat over.
Wendy and Care.
I take it everything is working. So if you're here, well, tell us where you're from, because that's always fun to go back and look how far we reach. And speaking of reaching, if you find anything of value, help us by giving it a share. And Facebook doesn't like sharing our stuff anymore. So we got to count on you guys to do it for us. So with that said, we should introduce ourselves.
If you don't know who we are, I'm Heather Kaufman.
And I'm Tim Kaufman, and we run a page called Fat Man Rants. And together, we have lost 290 pounds. But more importantly, we've regained our health. We live a healthy, happy, and active life on a whole food, plant-based lifestyle. We come to you guys on Sunday nights at 8 o'clock because we know what happened to us is out there for anyone. It's really just a choice. And we know that if we can do it,
you can too.
That was pretty good.
All right. Well, thanks.
I think we're getting back in the swing of this after
right.
we've been what, 2 months doing this. So we have a couple things that we have to do today, and we might have a surprise for you, and we might not. Maybe the surprise is there's no surprise. That could be surprising to a lot of people. But that said, we are going to make the easiest ranch dressing that I've ever made. And it's a bean-based dressing. So if you have any nut allergies or you're trying to stay away from just trying to stick to a lower fat diet, this one will be right up your alley. So we're going to make, but not only am I going to make literally a 2-minute ranch dressing, I'm going to just show you guys, walk you through kind of a hack salad prep that I'm going to do for an individual salad, which I would never do this. I would go big on this, but we're going to show you a little micro salad.
Yes.
And then we need to talk.
Okay.
I've got a rant for myself. And so if I have a rant for myself, everyone else has to hear it. That's just how this whole thing works.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we'll listen to your rant.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting tonight is since you don't know how to do all the camera stuff, I have to do it.
I can figure it out. You just press that little button.
It's a lot of little buttons. So keep telling us where you're from. It's super fun to know where everyone's from. And what's your favorite kind of dressing? I know for me, years over a decade ago, my jam was Hidden Valley Ranch. I put it on everything. And yeah, I don't really think I ate a lot of salad, but I put ranch on all the other crap that I ate. So I've always been kind of a creamy ranch kind of dressing. Never really been into the vinegary dressings, but I've learned that I do enjoy them. You're a salsa salad dressing.
That's right.
That's
But
right.
I like what you're making tonight
Yeah. Yeah.
because of what's in it that I like.
Oh, well, that doesn't have to be a surprise. Oh, okay. So see this little button right here?
That one? Oh,
There's
I
the
was going to
kitchen.
press the wrong
Watch.
one.
And then when you want to come back, watch. There we are.
Okay.
It's pretty fancy
All right.
stuff we got going on
So
here.
it's that one.
That's
All right.
it. Full screen.
It's a
Boom.
good thing you showed me because I almost pressed the other one.
All right. So I'm going to turn the microphone. So you're going to have to yell. Nah, you don't have to.
Hi, Barbara. And who else did I miss here? Well, hello, everyone.
Okay. Could you tell me? Am I good? Am I good? Am I good?
Let's see here.
I'm used to being honest. Okay, are we
There
good?
you are good.
Okay, we're good. And that light is so bright, it's literally burning my face right now. But that's all right, as long as you guys can see. I am going to get a sunburn. This light is way too bright.
Hi, Diane.
We have lights, guys. We always kidded around about this, how we had lights in production, and actually it's kind of happening, really. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a really fast way that I have to find a mezzaluna knife because there's not one out. But that's okay. We can get around that. You got one there? I think I have one over here. So hold on. I do apologize about this. My handy dandy assistant. So by the way, that's a mezzaluna knife. They're very sharp, so please be careful with them. So normally I would have a giant mess here with salad, but since we're just making a small one, I have a head of romaine that's triple washed. I have one piece of kale. I have some spinach going on, a couple things that I had in the fridge. So I'm just going to make up a salad. Now, Heather and I both agree that chopped salads are the way we like them. Is that right, Heather?
Yes. Hi, Linda and Alicia.
Okay. So my kale is seen a little bit better days, but I'm just going to strip the kale off of here. That's going to be the harder thing. And we're going to fling that back there. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start slicing my romaine. Now, I don't have to get too crazy with this, but I will. Just cut it in strips. And I should have had a little basket here. I'm going to take my kale. You could definitely do more kale. I'm worried it's not going to fit in the bowl. I'm going to chop the kale up a little bit smaller, but because of what I'm doing, I don't really have to get too crazy about this. There's two things I could do right now. I could hit this with my mezzaluna knife. Can they actually see?
I was just going to ask you. I think you need to. Something needs to get backed up a little bit.
You got to tell me this with the other way.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can see this, I wish we had it. We do have another camera, but I can't move it here. So what I'm going to do, there's two ways we can do this. Sometimes we use something called a Yulu knife. It kind of looks like brass knuckles but this thing we just rock. And when we rock, it'll really cut up this super nice. Can you hear it crunching? This is really good. So I wish I had a bowl. Now, normally I have a giant mat, like a really big mat, and I could just go crazy. I could put everything at once. So I'm not going to go too much smaller than that. I'll give it one more. These are really sharp. They cut really fine, and it doesn't take long at all. So I'm going to I changed my mind.
Somebody says it does look blurry and tiny.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take my greens and I'm going to put them in my bowl first.
And where can you buy the mezzaluna?
So if you just type in mezzaluna on Amazon, you'll be able to see it. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get some of my harder vegetables. So, I forgot to get celery and I'm not getting it out, but I would have celery. We have these little tiny cucumbers that are super nice. So I'll just hit the ends on those. I'm just going to cut these up into coins quick. You don't have to chop all these up, but I'm going to just to show you. So now I'm going to cut my pepper into strips. Are we still grainy? It doesn't look grainy on our end. It might be.
I'm just waiting to see if somebody else pops.
Okay, so there's that. I have a little piece of red onion I'm going to throw in here. And again, I don't have to get too crazy because I'm going to crunch all this up. And then I think I'm not going to grind my tomatoes. I might just make them in a little wedge so I can put them on later.
Can you back that up a little bit?
Yeah. Can you do me a favor? Can you go in the pantry and get some sunflower seeds? So I'm going to just set my tomatoes off to the side. And I'm going to take my mezzaluna knife and just kind of go through it. You don't have to do this. I'm just showing you that you can. And if you cut the stuff up small enough, you don't have to do this. Where this works really well is when we're making like a giant salad for the family. So this.
Now they're saying it's grainy. Yes, it's blurry, and someone says it's grainy.
Maybe our internet connection to, or we're streaming to too many channels. Okay, and then from there, I'm going to just take all this. I'm going to kind of mix it up. If it's grainy, you're probably not going to be able to see this, but can you see that?
Back up a little bit. There we go.
Okay, so I'm going to put that in my bowl.
Hello, Linda.
And then I'm going to put my tomatoes, which you guys probably can't see this. They can't see this, can they?
No.
And these are not pumpkin seeds. Did I say sunflowers? All right, I'll put a couple sunflowers on there. So I'll show you what this looks like before the dressing. You see that?
Yep.
So this is what it looks like before I put the dressing on. We could totally eat this just with salsa. And I have a mess. With some, we're going to have later on, we're going to have you help me over here. This is not working. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I have some Great Northern beans. These are organic, low sodium. I'm not going to drain these. I'm just going to take the whole can. So this is undrained, can and everything. That's going in. We got a mess here.
And
But
someone said it got blurry when you shared how you could see the Facebook user and not names.
okay, we
So,
can't worry about that
right,
because
'cause
I
nothing we
can't
can
change
do,
that. So
right.
we got to keep going. Okay, so I have my Great Northern beans. These are undrained. You could use any white bean. I think Canada, I'm not sure they have Great Northern beans, which is ironic. So and then I'm going to put some onion powder. You can find this recipe. I can't do it now because I'm not over there. But I'll put the ticker on when I get back. You can find this recipe at fatmanrants.com. So I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of onion powder. Then I have a half teaspoon of garlic powder. Bum, bum. I should have had this all out. My apologies. All right, half teaspoon of onion powder. Then I have a teaspoon of Heather's favorite.
Dill, yay!
She loves dill, so I'm going to heap that up for her. Then I have, it says a half teaspoon of pepper, but we don't have to measure that. Hopefully I don't sneeze. Then I have 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Bum, bum. And before I do that, I don't want to get my spoon wet. 2 tablespoons of lemon juice and 1 tablespoon of nooch. Now I'm going to tell you right now, the tablespoon of nooch is going to turn this yellow, so it is not going to look
White.
like ranch.
But
Sorry.
that is nutritional yeast.
Nutritional yeast. It will give it a little yellow tint. I think it tastes better. If you really want white ranch, leave it out. How's that sound? And then lastly, I have to put 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Done and done. That's it. That's all that goes in here. Then I'm going to zap it up.
All right, Jamie loves dill too.
All right. And I should just slide everything out of it. Oh, I didn't put, dang it all. I didn't put my carrots, spinach. We'll just sprinkle some carrots on there. Done. All right, I'm going to zap this up now. With someone unplugged on me. And that's it. That's my ranch dressing right there. So you wouldn't know how to switch that other camera, would you?
To which camera am I switching?
The one
With
that's
the salad?
yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Just hit the big arrows. No, that's not a touchscreen. You got to use the mouse.
There it is.
Wait, is it up?
There's a salad. Yep.
Okay, you can see the salad. Can you see me
it.
pouring? All right,
Yes,
here's
I
the
can.
ranch. Dun, dun. Does it look lovely?
Yes, lovely.
For real? Wait. Let me see it. Oh, it looks great, but there's cords everywhere. But that's all right. Okay.
All right.
Now, how do we get back to us?
We go
Boom.
there. All right.
So there it is.
We are.
How fast was that?
Very quick.
It's very blurry. I apologize about the blurriness. I really don't know what that is. We might be trying to stream too much for our internet. But in any event, hopefully, I wonder if I turn some of these off. If that would help. Is that any better, guys? Could you guys tell us? It's probably better. I'm going to guess that it's better. So yeah, the range is really, really good. Now, here's the cool thing about it. You can do any rendition of that you want. We've done it with black bean and like a chili powder. What else have we done?
Oh my
You can do
goodness.
just dill and garlic. What basically pick a hummus, and don't drain the beans. And you'll have a lovely. I should tell them how that happened.
Yeah, you could.
I'm going to tell you guys a story, but it's going to be a very short story. So, how I grew up, we didn't waste food. And that's partly why I weighed 400 pounds. We were taught not to waste food. But here's what happened. So one day I'm making hummus. I was very distracted, shocker. And I opened the can of beans, but I forgot to drain the beans and I dumped them in the blender, hit go. And I'm like, that does not look right. That looks like a smoothie. It doesn't look like hummus. And so at the same time, I had baked potatoes that just come out of the oven. And I could almost hear my father telling me not to waste that food. I was going to dump it. And so I'm like, I'll just put some on my potatoes. And that's actually how our potato salad came along. But we've taken that and jazzed it up a little bit and used it for a salad dressing. So look, the trick is this. You don't need recipes. You don't need fancy cookbooks. All you need to know is that take your favorite hummus, don't drain the beans, and it will turn into whatever dressing you want. So if you like a lemon garlic, boom, done. And don't be afraid to put some vinegar in there too if you like that.
Right.
So there's your fast ranch dressing that's bean-based. It's very healthy. Okay.
Oh, sorry you missed it too, Katie. Glad you're on now, though.
It's very blurry. Everyone's telling us we're very
yes,
blurry.
Story time with Tim. Not sure who that is, but yes.
So I apologize about the blurriness. I don't know. We'll have our team look into it.
That's right. Could you please look into it?
There's no team, guys. We're the team. Okay, so I want to talk really quickly. Even if you can't see us, I want you guys to tell us in the comments. Have you ever been so mean that you would tell a kid that they can't do something? So, for example, if you had a kid, I don't know, how old is the average kid that's super excited? 12, 10? When are they still excited about school? I'm a teacher and I don't know this. School.
Maybe
8 or 10 years. They're going to tell you, hey, I'm going to get 100 on my spelling test. Would you ever look at that kid and say, nah, you're not. You're not. Who are you kidding? You're not going to get 100. Right? We don't do that to our kids. Or we shouldn't. We tell our kids that they can do anything they won't set their mind to. Right? And if they work hard, they'll get results.
Right.
So, I mean, you could take that so far. I could tell myself I'm going to be a ballerina. It's probably not going to happen. But we would never pull the carpet out from a kid when they're excited about something.
Right.
So the reason why I bring that up is sometimes we know what's right and wrong to say to kids, but when we look in the mirror, we don't follow our own rules, right? We don't do that. And I know in my own journey, this is how this came into my head. So the other day, about 5 weeks ago, I woke up one day and I told Heather, I'm not a coffee drinker anymore. Now, in this house, that's very bad
That's his problem, not mine.
because this house loves coffee. But for 30 years, I mean, I've probably drank a whole pot of coffee every day for 30 years of my life. I don't really remember a day that I didn't have coffee. I woke up one day and I said, I'm not a coffee drinker anymore. And guess what? I've not had a caffeinated coffee since. And it was easy, right? It was easy because I think I told myself I'm not a coffee drinker.
I guess, yeah.
Right. Maybe. I did the same thing with chewing tobacco one time. I just said, I don't chew tobacco anymore. And I stopped chewing. It wasn't always easy, but it was doable. The point I'm trying to make here, yesterday, were we on the trail yesterday?
Wait, excuse me. Xavier, thank you very much.
So yesterday, I was on the trail. And since all my surgeries, I tell people I'm not a runner anymore because I have a fused ankle and I got some glitches going on. So I just say I'm not a runner anymore. And it hit me yesterday that I keep telling myself that narrative. And it's actually like, I hate to use the word manifesting, but I am what I tell myself. And if I keep telling myself I'm not a runner, I have no basis for that at all. I have no basis to tell myself I'm not a runner. I just decided I'm not a runner. And I say that because I think sometimes, and let us know if you ever struggle with this, that we have this awful self-talk that we would not talk to other people like we talk to ourselves. Sometimes we say, I can't do this. I'm never going to do this. I'm never going to stick to the plant-based lifestyle. I'm never going to stick to exercise. You know, my New Year's resolution is it never does. I never can do anything. And we just do this and over and over. And we feed ourselves this misinformation and it becomes our narrative.
Mm-hmm.
It really does.
I know.
We are what we tell ourselves. And I know that sounds so woo-woo, but think about it. Before you talk to yourself and tell yourself you can't do this or you're going to be like this the rest of your life, would you say it to a kid? No. I think that's a great test. Unless
or to a friend.
Yeah, and to anyone. You know, and I catch us doing it all the time. Mm-hmm. And don't forget your kids, if you have young kids, they're listening to this crap you're feeding yourself. And they're going to feed themselves the same narrative. So we got to stop putting limits on ourselves for no reason. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's hard. I get that it's hard because I just feel like we want to reinforce that negative stuff. And I think sometimes that maybe it's an excuse.
I guess maybe it is like when I tell myself, I don't know how to cook. Guess what? I tell myself and then I don't know how to cook, but I think I say it because I don't like to cook and I make an excuse for myself. I'll never forget when your dad was not doing well and I said something and he's like, everybody thought I didn't know how to cook because I wouldn't cook and I would say I didn't know how to cook. And the one day I told him, I said, this is our secret. I can make you whatever you want, but don't tell anyone.
Yeah, but I think that's
it's a little different. I get it. It's a little different.
That's just you being lazy.
That's why I know. I was just saying You were saying excuses. Right. So, no, sometimes I think we do that. Right.
But if you take that same scenario and put it in the restaurant, you are petrified because you can't run a kitchen. You can't cook at home. But the truth is, you told yourself until you probably couldn't tell yourself. And at the end of the restaurant, you were running that kitchen like a boss. So a lot of this is, I'm not talking about excuses like that, but a lot of this is what we reinforce and we tell ourselves over and over and over, and it just becomes the way things are. So I guess, I don't know. Does anyone have any good ideas how to, what's a solution for this? I guess maybe we have to be a little more gracious to ourselves with our talk. And think about it. You're your best advocate. Like, people are going to treat you how you treat yourself. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty hard to tell your kids that they can do anything they put their mind to when you're home blubbing in the corner about how everything you do in life, you suck at it, and it's just it's a bad vibe is what it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, this is a lot of stuff like flipping through that. Yes, a lot of good. Talk to
Hmm.
yourself, daily positives. And I kind of lost that. I don't know, that whole Stuart Smalley remember Saturday Night Live. You look in the mirror. But there is truth to that. That we got to respect ourselves. We got to give ourselves credit.
Hmm.
And yeah,
Right.
yeah. So that's my jam right there.
All right. I think it's
Um,
a good one.
I think we're capable of way more than we give ourselves credit for. And I get
Hmm.
it. Like I get what the problems. The problem is you fail, right? I get that. We all fail. That's how we learn. And then sometimes we feel like we get in this loop where we try and fail, try and fail, try. It is very hard to break that loop. So one of my suggestions is um, to start logging mini wins because we're really good. We're really good at focusing on everything we fail at. And sometimes some of us aren't so good at focusing on the wins. So choose the wins, choose
Hmm.
to focus on them, and just keep replaying those mini wins. They don't have to be huge. They just have to be what's one thing that you did today to help you become a more healthy version of yourself
Right.
or a better version of yourself.
Right.
And focus on that thing. And tomorrow tell yourself, I did it yesterday. I can do it today.
Right.
Yeah. Focus on success, not failures. You'll do it for your kids. You should do it for yourself.
Right.
All right, I better shut up now. So we made the ranch dressing. We should put this little ticker thing on. I'm sorry about if we're blurry, but we can't fix that maybe. Maybe we're
Well,
taking,
I guess we'll have to figure it out for next week.
yeah, maybe we're taking the whole town's internet. We live in Alden. We might be using the whole bandwidth for the town for all I know. But you can go to Fat Man Ranch to get the recipe. It's very convenient now. You just hit the little print thing and it prints it out. A nice show them what that looks like.
And we made the dressing and we made the chopped salad tonight.
And hopefully this is what, oh, you can't even see it. But hopefully we made a little sense about self-talk. It sounds woo-woo, right? But it's so stinking important.
Right.
Yes.
Hmm.
You know what you forgot today? We'll have to do it next time.
Oh.
You forgot the bell.
Oh,
You
you're
forgot
right.
the
I
bell.
did. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to do. We'll have to do it.
Yeah. You know what we should do next time? Give away a soup bundle. That's a big one.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Next week
Next week.
is a soup bundle.
Yes. Who said that? Who said this? Oh, we don't know because they're in the group. I'm good enough. That's the one of the doggone it people like me. So, by the way, if you're watching in our group Getting Healthy Together, welcome. I think I put
Yes.
almost 300 people in that group in the past 2 days. We have a bunch of new people starting in our membership group. They started off for $1. In fact, no one knows this is the first we're talking about it. Is we're making spaghetti with garden marinara and
Nice.
lentil meatless balls, which is one of my favorite dishes. And we have a bunch of people starting the 5x5,
Yes,
and we're
so
excited
welcome
for
to
them.
everyone.
Yeah, welcome to all the channels. We're so glad that you're here. But listen,
Yes. Eat plants.
wait. Until next time,
Eat plants.
move your body.
All you got to do is a little more than you did yesterday.
Look at this week. Be nice to other people, but be nice to yourself too. For real. Right? You got this. You can do this. You might have screwed up in the past, but go crush it. Go crush it. Crush
Mhm.
those little mini goals and stack them on top of each other, and you will be amazed at where you can end up. Bye bye for now.